Hello everybody, welcome to Kamtek Institute. Today we'll continue with number system and discuss divisibility test. So we start with divisibility of a number, and the first number we have is how do we check whether a number is divisible by 2. So when the last digit of a number is either even or 0, then that number is divisible by 2. Supposing we have a number 42, here we find that the unit digit is 2, which is even number, so it will be divisible by 2. In the second case we have 88. 88 again has 8 in the unit place, which is an even number, so it is again divisible by 2. In the third case we have 100, which has 0 in the unit place, so this number is again divisible by 2. Supposing we had a number 15. Now 15 has 5 in the unit place, which is an odd number, so it is not divisible by 2. Or for that matter, we had a number, say 27. 27 has 7 in the unit place, which is an odd number, so again it is not divisible by 2. Right? Next we have how to check whether a number is divisible by 3. When the sum of all the digits of a number is divisible by 3, then that number is divisible by 3. Supposing we have a number 267, we add these digits 2 plus 6 plus 7. So 2 plus 6 is 8 and 8 plus 7 is 15. So we divide 15 by 3. If it is divisible, that is, we get 5 over here. So that means this whole number will also be divisible by 3. Okay? Then we come to the number. How do we check whether a number is divisible by 4? When the number made by the last 2 digits of that number is divisible by 4, then that particular number is also divisible by 4. Also, in case if a number is having 2 or more zeros at the end, is also divisible by 4. Supposing we have a number 832. Now we'll take the last 2 digits of this number, that is 32, and we'll try to divide 32 by 4. If 32 is divisible by 4, then that means the whole number, that is 832, will also be divisible by 4. So what do we get when we divide 32 by 4? We get 8 over here. So it is clearly divisible by 4. So that means this number 832 is also divisible by 4. Now another example we have, supposing a number, say 200. Now 200 we see has 2 zeros in the end. So because it has got 2 zeros in the end, so it will be divisible by 4. Okay? So any number which is having 2 or more than 2 zeros in the end is also divisible by 4. I hope it is clear to everybody. Okay? So next we come to how do we check whether a number is divisible by 5. So all the numbers having 0 or 5 at the end, that is in the unit place, are divisible by 5. Now we have a number 45. 45 has 5 in the unit place, so it will be divisible by 5. In the second case we have 70, where 0 is in the unit place, so it will again be divisible by 5. Again 95 has 5 in the unit place, so it will be divisible by 5. Now if I have a number, say 71. Now 71 has 1 in the unit place, so it will not be divisible by 5. If I have a number, say 62. Now 62 has 2 in the unit place, so again it will not be divisible by 5. Okay? Then we come to the number. How do we check whether a number is divisible by 6? When the number is divisible by both 3 and 2, then that particular number is also divisible by 6. Supposing we have a number, say 162. We'll independently check whether this number is divisible by 2 and 3. If it is divisible by both 2 and 3, then this number is also divisible by 6. So in order to check whether this number is divisible by 2, we'll take its unit place number, that is 2. which is even number. So this number is divisible by 2. Now in order to check whether this number is divisible by 3, we need to add all these digits, that is 1 plus 6 plus 2. 1 plus 6 is 7 plus 2 is 9. So 9 is clearly divisible by 3. So this number 162 is also divisible by 6. Right? Then we check how do we check whether a number is divisible by 7? A number is divisible by 7 when the difference between twice the digit at the ones place and the number formed by other digits is either 0 or a multiple of 7. Now we have a number, say 196. Okay, we'll take its unit place number 6 and multiply by 2, and then we'll subtract it from this number 19. Okay, so what do we get? We get 19 minus 6, which is in the unit place over here, and multiplied by 2. So we get 19 minus 6 2s are 12 over here, which is 7. And 7 is clearly divisible by 7. 7 ones are 7. So that means 196 is also divisible by 7. In the second case, we have a number, say 189. Here again, we'll take the number in the unit place multiplied by 2, that is 9 into 2 over here. And we have the other number is 18. Okay, so 18 minus 9 into 2. 9 into 2 is 18 again. So 18 minus 18 is 0. So since the difference is 0 over here, again this number will be divisible by 7. I hope it is clear to you all. So next we check, how do we know whether a number is divisible by 8? When the number made by last 3 digits of a number is divisible by 8, then the number is also divisible by 8. Also, if last 3 or more digits of the number are 0, then that number is also divisible by 8. Now we have a number here 24344. We want to know whether this number is divisible by 8. So what we're going to do, we're going to take the last 3 digits of the number, that is 344, and we'll divide by 8. In case if 344 is divisible by 8, then this number, full number 24344, is also divisible by 8. And we know that when 8 is multiplied with 43, we get 344. So that means this number is also divisible by 8. Okay. Next we have a number 62,000, which has 3 zeros in the end. So this number, because it is having 3 zeros in the end, will also be divisible by 8. So these are the two conditions for divisibility of a number by 8. Then we have, how do we know whether a number is divisible by 9? When the sum of all the digits of the number is divisible by 9, then that number is also divisible by 9. We have a number here 1278. We want to know whether this number is divisible by 9. So we're going to add these numbers 1 plus 2 plus 7 plus 8 over here. So 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 plus 7 is 10, and 10 plus 8 is 18, and we know 18 is clearly divisible by 9, so this number will also be divisible by 9. Then we come to, how do we know whether a number is divisible by 10? When a number ends with 0, then that number is divisible by 10. We have example number 40 over here, it has 0 in the end over here, the unit place, so it is divisible by 10. 220 is also got 0 in the unit place, so it is again divisible by 10. And then the number 1930 has 0 in the end, so this number will also be divisible by 10. I hope it is understood by everybody. So now we come to the next number, that is number 11. And we want to know, how do we know whether a number is divisible by 11? So when the sum of the alternative digits of the number either equal or differ by a number divisible by 11, then that number is divisible by 11. We'll understand this with an example. We have a number 1078. We're going to add the alternative numbers, that is 1 plus 7. Now 1 plus 7 is 8. We'll also add 0 and 8 over here, and 0 and 8 is again 8. Since these two numbers are equal, both are 8, so that means this number will be divisible by 11. 1078 is divisible by 11. We'll take another example. We have a number 1606 and we want to know whether this number is divisible by 11. Again, we'll add the alternative numbers, that is 1 plus 0, that is we get 1 over here, and 6 plus 6 we get 12 over here, and the difference between 12 and 1 is 11, and 11 is clearly divisible by 11, so that means 1606 is also divisible by 11. I hope it is understood. Next we come to number 12. We want to know whether a number is divisible by 12 or not. For that we need to have a condition, that is if a number is divisible by both 4 and 3, then that number is divisible by 12. For example, we have a number 168. We want to know whether this number is divisible by 12 or not. For that we need to check if this number is divisible by both 3 and 4, then this number is also divisible by 12. So in order to know whether this number is divisible by 3 or not, we need to add the digits, that is 1 plus 6 is 7 plus 8 is 15, and we know 15 is divisible by 3, so this number 168 is also divisible by 3. In order to check whether this number is divisible by 4, we'll take the last two digits, that is 68, and we'll divide it by 4. Because 68 is divisible by 4, then that means 168 is also divisible by 4. And we know now that this number is divisible by both 3 and 4, so it is also divisible by 12. Right? I hope it is clear to you all. In case if it is not, I'll request you all to repeat the video once again. So with this we come to the end of the video. Thank you so much. Bye bye and take care.